Telematics began its journey in the specialist niche of young drivers, but is predicted to move into mainstream in the future. In order to do this, it has some challenges to overcome, not least in making sure that insurers involved get a handle on what to do with all the data that these products offer up. With this in mind, as the final part of a 3-part series on telematics, I'm delighted to say I'm joined in the studio by Jonathan Hewett at Octo Telematics to discuss big data and analytics platforms. Welcome to the studio, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Firstly, big data is an issue that's faced by all insurers, but how can it help insurers to drive improved value in the motor insurance market?
Well, I think big data is a much overused term, and we've all read extensively that big data wins wars. But I think what's really important to businesses is not the size or the order of magnitude of the data. Of course, it's important for establishing some statistical relevance, but ultimately we want data to be able to make business decisions. And some quite fundamental business decisions in a way, how to price, how to manage, and what value is involved in a claim, what interventions to make during the life of a policy. So what we think of very much in our business is big data analytics. It's having the capability to be able to analyse enormous amounts of data. And both dynamic and static data in a way that produces an output that allows the insurance manager to price at the point of new customer acquisition, to price at renewal, and to manage claims much more effectively in a forensic way. And I think that telematics brings that into play. Data in telematics is a transversal capability. It impacts on everything that we do, and we have some great examples and some long-established industries in banking, in credit referencing, where the provision of data has just got incredibly smart, starting out from almost paper-based static data, name, address, postcode. And moved to looking at how you actually manage your credit card or your bank account. And I think it's starting to become analogous with the insurance industry, in that how you drive and where you drive and when you drive starts to build a picture that the insurer can interpret to give a much more personalised service and a much more personalised policy to their consumers. So that's the thing that is transformational, I think.
We're also hearing much talk about the data revolution. What does that mean for insurers?
I think the data revolution means that you've got to move on. And I think it means that you have to develop the skills and understanding within your key business functions to be able to interpret the data, or certainly to understand what inputs you need from a data services provider to allow you to run your business better. We've had some tremendously interesting conversations where insurers have wanted the whole wheelbarrow full of data, but when they've actually seen what that looks like and its complexity, and we've then focused on what the exam question actually is, which is pricing or claims, an output that helps those decisions to be made in terms of a score or a data point is much more useful and is less draining on the organisation's expertise. So the revolution is upon us. keen to explore with our partners is to get into the claims organisation and start to talk to the claims managers about the advantages and the benefits of taking a forensic approach to crash and to claims management as opposed to the, dare I say, fictional approach. So I think that is where we've seen some great success in some of the other European markets in which we work of earning some really good financial benefits in terms of claims costs, but also in terms of providing a much greater degree of customer service. The customer is actually beginning to experience what insurance is fundamentally about, which is, being there when I need you and giving me a service that supports me through an incident or a crash or a claim. And the better understanding, interpretation of data helps with that process.
Thank you, Jonathan, for shedding some
Thank
light
you.
on those issues. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for. This is the last in a 3-part series on telematics, so don't forget to look out for the other 2 episodes on the 4 pillars of telematics and engaging consumer channels. You can find these on postonline.co.uk, and also check out Post in print, online and on the iPad, and the Post Intelligence app for more on telematics. That's all from me. Goodbye.